Greetings and welcome to another edition of Scrubbies. Today we will talk about a really easy to play Magic the Gathering deck called Countertop. It takes its name from two of the key cards, Counterbalance, the 2-cost enchantment. The other half is Sensei's Divining Top, the 1-cost artifact. Think of them as peanut butter and jelly. When you get them both out, you can make a delicious denial sandwich. The ability to say no to a bunch of legacy staples is hilarious and can almost lock out most opponents out of the game. More powerful than a waste lock in our sport. Waste locks are also possible in Magic, and also as efficient, but that will be another topic. Let's go over a quick rundown of a sample deck list. Lands, 3 tundras, 2 tropical islands, 2 islands, 2 volcanic islands, 1 mountain, 3 misty rainforest, 3 scalding tarns, 3 flooded strands, 1 forest, and 1 plains. That is 1 steady manibus. You definitely have enough basic lands and fetch lands there not to get waste locked. Notice also that the manibus is just there to support the deck and not do anything fancy like attack with Mishra's Factories or bounce legends with the legendary land Carakas. Also, it supplies a steady stream of blue mana, which we all know is the best kind of mana. On to the creatures of the deck, as they usually present the main win condition. They are 4 Tarmogoyf and 3 Vendilion Clique. I know what you're thinking. That simply isn't enough, but let me tell you something, it usually is. The most aggressive 2-drop in the game is usually enough of a threat to keep owning your opponent's weak defenses. The 3/1 flyer does a great job of bringing death from above as well as combo denial. While it may be legendary, you never really need more than 1 anyhow. That's correct, however, should these fail you, there is always the first card in the history of Standard to almost hit the $100 mark. Our blue planeswalker friend, Jace, the Mind Sculptor. Against a lot of the more combo or control decks, he comes in and wins the game for you. I mean, really, why else would he be worth $100? Sorry, that was a rude audience member that did not excuse himself. What was I saying? I'll take it over from here. Scrubby number 2. Let's look at the rest of the deck. 4 Counterbalance and 4 Sensei's Divining Top. This part should be obvious, but in case you missed it or are a total scrubby, like we used to be. Oh, okay. We can take a hint. So, the Counterbalance allows you to do a few unfair things. For instance, it allows you to counter split-second spells, that's right, because it is a triggered ability and will automatically go on the stack on its own, without activation. However, if you happen to have the awesome game-delaying card known as Sensei's Divining Top in play and at least 1 untapped mana, you can put the trigger on the stack and activate Top in response. This allows you to look for an appropriate card with the corresponding mana cost of the threatening spell your opponent just played. Also, remember, the top itself can be put on top of your deck to draw a card and then revealed for Counterbalance in order to counter a spell that costs 1. That is correct, Scrubby Prime. Also remember to always try and keep a 3-cost card on the top past the first game in case or the dreaded split-second card. Crows and Grip. Now onto the removals and counters. 3 Counter Spell. Good since 1993 or 1995 depending on which awesome version you use. Anything else and you're a noob for Force of Will. We all know this one, it's probably the best known legacy stable and its most expense format legal counter. 2 Spell Snare and 1 Spell Pierce for those early threats. I must stress threats, because I have seen infinite scrubbies waste these on very irrelevant cards. Keep in mind, you are not running infinite counter spells, even if it seems like it with Count Nerd Up Online. 2 True Partner. We then have 4 Swords to Plowshares to kill a few critters. However, lately I've been greedy. I have replaced 1 copy with Elspeth, Knight Errant. Yeah, I know, I just wanted an extra oomph. And it has paid off so far. Moving along, we have 2 Fire Spouts, which is verily a Wrath of God type effect in this format. I mean, what doesn't it kill early on? We then have 4 Brainstorms. commonly found in the legacy jungle like all the time. And then you have your near $300 batch of 3 Jace, the Mind Sculptor. In case the audience has not heard of the praises on this card, I urge you to, and I quote, Google the cheat. Scrubby. Are you even allowed to say that word on this show? I am pretty sure, yeah. K, just checking. Our sponsors looked a little mad. So, as we were saying, you should win with this awesome deck. Oh, for sure, how can you not? Now, to quickly list a tentative sideboard: 1 Fire Spout, 1 Spell Pierce, 2 Pyroblast, 1 Red Elemental Blast, 1 Path to Exile, 3 Crows and Grips, 2 Engineered Explosives, 2 Relic of Progenitus, 1 Sower of Temptation and 1 Pithing Needle. No need to explain the sideboard as we are out of time and our producer is lazy and cheap. So, good night folks. And stay tuned for our next episode, if it ever airs.